Let's talk about synastry, particularly your Venus. If your Venus is in your partner's fifth house or vice versa. Let's start with Venus. Venus represents sensuality, represents all the things that we love, how we love, what we value, what we find attractive, how we express our love. Passion, romance, artistic expression, artistic abilities, how we value money, how we relate to money, what we think of our self worth. All of these things are Venus, related to Venus. Fifth house is a very fun house. So we have Venus, a ruler of both Libra and Taurus, and house wise is going to be second and seventh house. Now, fifth house is all about fun, romance, children, artistic expression, it's the artistic abilities more so, talents. It's artistry, like romance, fun. It's everything that we find fun. It's We have a ruler of the fifth house, Leo, and if you know Venus and Leo, I mean Sun, do get along. We have sextile between the fifth and the seventh house, and the seventh house is a Venus ruler, right? So this is a great combination, if you ask me, because Venus, like by itself in astrology, if you look at the fifth house and the seventh house, you're going to find the distance between them is 60 degrees, and 60 degrees is a positive aspect. We don't need to have planets between them to see the line, that sextile. You'll get there if you study astrology. You'll get there. You'll just see houses, and you're like, okay, these two get along. These houses, like three houses, like let's say fifth house and the eighth house, don't get along because why we have square is being formed. Because the distance between the three houses is going to be 90 degrees. So Venus is coming into the house of creativity, house of fun, house of artistic expression, right? It's a very artistic pairing. Both Venus person it represents art, right? Represents sensuality, what we love, and all of these things, right? How we express our art. Have two like house and planet belong there, like it's a sextile between them, right? So a lot of fun together we see these people have because it's Libra. It's a best friends. This loves fifth house person's skills, talents, and Venus usually encourages the fifth person to express them. They have very similar artistic pursuits and what they love. They're very lighthearted. Like this is a dynamic, like this aspect, unless you have challenging aspects with more colder planets such as Saturn and Pluto. I mean, Pluto is not a cold planet, but Pluto may be also the case. Like it will not be lighthearted. There will be like a little bit of heavy energy behind it, like something uncomfortable. Something is like restriction. But if you don't have any challenging aspects with colder, like cold planets, and then usually this placement is all about affection, showing affection to one another, having fun together. It's like these people will never be bored from spending time together. A lot of physical attraction because fifth house is like a romance. It's like teenage kind of love. It's a Leo. That's why Leos are very playful in relationships. No matter how old we get, we always want to like keep that spark, that initial attraction, that the feeling shy. It's all about fifth house, all the flirting. And usually with this placement, like this combination is really good because it shows that the dynamic is there, unless you have challenging aspect, but the dynamic is there. So it's a great like physical attraction between the two because it's also like romance, but more a sexual romance. It's not a seventh house romance where we get married, where we commit to each other. From the kids standpoint, because it also represents children, we see a good parenting together. We see both individuals, Venus and the house person, encourage the child to develop artistic abilities by signing them up for certain classes or whatever. So yeah, let me know if this resonates for you, and yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts. And we are moving on to the Venus in the 11th house. We're almost done with the series, by the way. We're gonna do Mars next.